Hey guys, it's Carlos from the We're Just Fans podcast. Thank you for joining us this evening. I got my co-host Poppy. Let him know what's up, Poppy.
It's all good, guys. How's it going? How's it going over here?
There we go. There we go. Then we got Rios in the house. Let him know what's up, Rios.
When is the next federal holiday? I need a day off.
This man's exhausted. He's been working a lot today. Well, these past few days, right?
Last couple weeks.
Couple weeks. There you go. And of course, today we got a special guest, Bobby Thompson, NFL journalist. Let him know what's up, Bobby. How's it going, dude?
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks
I
for coming
appreciate
in, man.
you. Yeah, I appreciate
Absolutely,
you.
no problem. Always down to talk ball.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It's awesome to have an actual NFL journalist on our show. You give our show some class, you know. That's
some credibility, you know.
Credibility to our show, you know. No, that's awesome. So, man, so you're an NFL journalist for the Bucs. Is that for the Tampa Bay Bucs? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a website called Bucs Report. Once I moved down here I'm from New Jersey. If you guys could tell by the accent, I'm sure you all wondering.
I had an idea, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so I got the New Jersey accent going on, and moved down here after I got married. And there was an opportunity with the Bucs. I'm not a Bucs fan by any means. I just, there's an opportunity. You take the ball and run with it, fellas. So I just did
of
it.
course.
Who are you a fan of?
Patriots.
Patriots?
Yeah.
So
Nice transition with Brady going from there to Tampa Bay, huh?
I always say this, guys, is that, it's really funny. Me moving down to Florida was years in the making, was years in the works. And just coincidentally, the year Tom Brady decides to break my heart and leave the Patriots, he decides to come where I'm moving to. And I always say he followed me down here.
Follow you, yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's where it is. He followed you.
But it was weird, to say the least, to see him in a different uniform, winning Super Bowl. I was really happy for him, but I'll tell you this, guys, it was just weird seeing it, and it's not in the Patriots uniform. But being at training camp and watching him, it's the same type of energy he always brought at Patriots training camp. It was fans, absolutely loved him, and I'm just standing there and I'm just watching him just light up the scout team defense, the first team defense, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, damn, this guy, 20 years was great. And I just come down here, drive down the highway here, go up to Raymond James Stadium where they play, and watching him just do his thing. Just weird, but I'm appreciative of it.
Were you surprised when he retired the first time and decided to come back like a month after?
Yeah, he last year it was a bit premature. I feel like, people in the media were going to break it. I don't think he was ready. I think he, thought he knew what he wanted to do. He was also, as we could all see, he was basically battling with a lot of family issues. He's now divorced. I think that was weighing on him a lot. I think that was just, he wanted to try to save his marriage, but he wasn't ready to retire. And, obviously this year wasn't the best for him. Still brought him to the playoffs, but in that playoff game didn't play well.
Right.
But I was a bit surprised this time around. Now, not at all. I could tell during the season. I'm like, yeah, he's done.
Go ahead.
No. What were you gonna say?
I would say, would you be shocked if he decides to come back one more time?
Yeah, he's not going to. Let me just put it to you this way. Now that ship is still.
This one feels legit.
Because the first time, because obviously we're not Patriots fans, and unless you were a Patriot fan or a really big Tom Brady fan, I feel like you were always hoping for the downfall of almighty Brady. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like whenever he retired after winning with the Bucs, when he retired the first time, I feel like the whole league was like, oh, it's finally over, it's finally done, and he decided to come back and break all of our hearts one more time. You know what I'm saying? Like put the fear back in everybody. So like right now, like I'm not believing it until until next season starts. Like I'm not believing it. I just can't.
I believe it. There's 375 million reasons why you should believe it.
Yeah, that he's trying to get into the commentator spot, isn't he? Like that's
Well, he announced yesterday on Colin Cowherd's show. He's not going to do it this year. He's going to do it in 2024. So he's just taking 2023 a full year off. And you know what? He's fine. He said it. It's funny. I just listened today to his Let's Go podcast with first off, they had Bill Belichick as a guest. Oh, wow. Bill Belichick doesn't do podcasts.
Yeah,
so,
I was gonna say what?
Definitely recommend that one, fellas. Definitely go look that one up. Fantastic. So in it, he said that he wants to take this time, be with his family, be able to be a dad full time because now he's a single dad. So, this year is just real, and then he really wants to learn to be a great broadcaster. He just doesn't want to jump into it. He wants to be great at it. And I'll tell you this, guys. I think once he jumps into it, you guys remember when Tony Romo started and he's calling out like, oh yeah, you see this formation? He's going to motion to the left. They're going to run it to the right. Literally happens the exact same thing. Did you guys see that CBS actually?
Yeah, they had an intervention with him or something.
Yeah, because he doesn't study and all that, and he just thinks he could go up there and because he knows formations and no, because in broadcasting and I'm very close friends with a few broadcasters. The preparation they go through for a broadcast is insane. You need to know every player. Every number you can't.
The backstory, the stats, everything.
Yeah.
It's like a straight up research. Like you have to be ready for that. It's like a systematic. It's a systematic way of doing it.
Yeah, and Tony Romo doesn't do that. But I'm going to tell you, Tom Brady's going to come in to that broadcaster's booth, and you're going to hear just when he sees a formation, I can see him being like, "Oh, I've ran this before. Watch this." And then it's just we'll be like, oh, there you go. I think he's going to do a fantastic job. But I think, you know what? He just wants to take a year, learn it, and I think he's doing the right thing. I'll tell you this. The NFL world's not going to be the same without him.
It's not.
No. It's not. I always thought that how do you call it? Every time I saw Brady, like don't get me wrong, seeing him as a fan of a team that's in the AFC South and seeing him wreck us like majority of the time. And seeing Brady in the Super Bowl since I was a kid. Yeah. It's just been basically all my young life seeing Brady on after a while I was like, oh, Brady again, you know what I mean? But that's because we're not too fans of Brady, until like I became a fan of Brady when he went to Tampa Bay
and won.
And the reason for that is because I always thought that Bill Belichick had everything to do with it. I always in my mind I thought without Belichick Brady's nothing, you know. And then he goes on to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he proved everybody wrong.
He proved everybody. He proved me wrong. I was like, oh,
I feel like he proved me wrong. He proved me wrong on that when the Patriots came back in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, same here. I lost
against Atlanta.
Never again.
28-3.
Yeah, that's when I was like, I put my hands down. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
you're the GOAT.
You're the absolute GOAT.
It's funny. It's funny you guys say that because literally a few days ago, that was 6 years ago, and
stop it.
I'll never gonna forget. I'm a very superstitious person. So when I first started dating who's my wife now, the Patriots were on. It was 2014, and remember when they were doing really bad? They started 2-2.
Yeah.
Then they have that. We're on to Cincinnati game, so I went to her house and watched it on that game. Anytime they played on Sunday Night Football, I had to watch at her house because they didn't lose a game. Every time I went, they always. So I'm like, they're playing on NBC. I'm coming over the house. I don't care what anyone's watching. Give me the remote. We're watching the game. So, and she would go to bed. She would go to my wife goes to bed really early. She always did. And she would go to bed. It's like the fourth quarter. I'm just like, it's like 10 o'clock. It's 11. This is nothing. I'm staying here. So literally, it would be like midnight, and the game would still be going on. So everyone's sleeping in the house. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll leave now. So
this will be my exit.
So, I've been with my wife now for 9 years, and in from 2014 to 2019, the Patriots lost one game when I watched at her house. One game.
Oh man.
And yeah, it was. And you want me to tell you the game they lost?
Which one?
Which one was it?
The Super Bowl of the Eagles. On that channel. That's when I said, I'm not watching here no more. That's
that was it. That was the straw that broke the camel's back on that one.
Yeah, but that Super Bowl, going back to it, didn't mean to go on a tangent, guys. But that Super Bowl 28 to sat that literally watching this, and her parents are just like, yeah, you're gonna wrap it up. I'm like, no, we'll see what happens. They score, they get the strip sack. I'm like, this is gonna be the greatest comeback. And then when I knew the Patriots were gonna win that game, when Edelman made that catch, I'm like, yep, we're not losing this game. We're coming back.
I feel like that momentum could just completely change when Edelman got that catch too. I was like, I smell a comeback. Yeah, I was like, I smell a comeback, and then boom, there it is.
The Falcons completely like collapse, like 100%.
Well,
right, guys, I'll send you the money now. It's over.
First off, when you look at it, Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator, and all you had to do was keep running the ball, and the Patriots couldn't stop the run. I don't understand why you continue to pass the ball. I get it. You have Julio Jones. Their passing attack was the best in the league. But come on. The first play of the game for the Falcons, Devontae Freeman had like a 35, 40-yard run. Like, they just couldn't stop it. The game was in the palm of your hands.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. I went to Atlanta for the Patriots Falcons game last year. And literally, all I said walking, I'm like, 28-3. And they don't want to hear. Oh,
yeah,
dude,
I bet.
I love pettiness. I love it.
And then when you're literally, the game was 90% Patriots fans too, so it was hilarious.
Oh man!
And then they started a 28-3 chant, which was hilarious.
Can you imagine that at your own home stadium?
Your own stadium, 28-3. Geez, that's got to be embarrassing.
Funny as hell.
That's the game. That's the game where I finally said, that Brady's the best.
I acknowledge his greatness at that point.
Like, as much as I hate that he always wins, he deserves it. He earns that recognition.
How can you not say that he's not the greatest? You know what I mean? Like,
and the fact that he went to
records, like,
and the fact that he went to Tampa Bay and did what he did against Mahomes, who everybody's pointing out as the next big guy. It's like and I feel like he should have retired right when he won that Super Bowl, because at that point I feel like he had nothing else to prove.
Like, kind of like Peyton Manning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought that was a thought in my mind too, but I think he always said he wanted to play till he's 45. He's 45 right now, so he did keep his promise. So after that Super Bowl, I will tell you that in terms of that, the Chiefs got exposed. The defense of the Bucs was just unbelievable, and that offensive line of the Chiefs was garbage. Oh my God, he couldn't protect Mahomes to save his life. And that whole game, Brady. What's up?
No, go ahead. Sorry, I was going to ask. Is he the oldest quarterback to play in the Super Bowl or no?
Brady?
Has to be. I believe he is. Yeah,
has to be.
I think he is. Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah,
I'm about to look it up.
I'm pretty sure he is. I know he's the oldest. I don't know about the oldest to play in it, but I'm fairly positive.
It was Brady. It says Tom Brady is. I'm using it off of StatMuse. Tom Brady is the oldest quarterback in a win to get a win in the Super Bowl. He was 43 years old. So so he was
43 is the 40. I mean, Tom Brady is the first oldest and the second oldest.
Stop it,
because he played when he was 41 in 2019.
He broke his own record.
Yeah, third one is Peyton Manning. So he was already the oldest, and then he went again and won again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll show 41-year-old Brady.
The guy's a competitor, man. The guy's a competitor.
Yes, he is. He's ultimate competitor.
Yeah, you cannot hate the commitment that he has for the game. Yeah, that's why I don't care what anybody says. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it like right before week 1, he just goes like, "Hey, I just signed back with the Patriots or whatever." Like, we're gonna run it back
kidding.
or something. Like,
oh, don't get me excited now.
You know how Michael Jordan after a couple of years was like, "I'm back." Yeah, like
with the Wizards.
Yeah,
retired from play baseball. He sent a fax like middle of the season. It said 2 words: "I'm back." That was it. That was the fact. And
I cannot trust it. I'm not gonna trust it until I see it.
It was crazy times, man.
So let me ask you this: deviating away a little bit from that, how did you get started with for writing for the Bucs?
I just, once I came down here, I wanted to find an opportunity and saw Bucs Report was looking for writers, so I just told them I would write. I wanted to show what I could do. They liked it, and you work your way up, and just covering them, and then I want to also keep my options open with the NFL, so always try to write, freelancely for like my own blog and own website, which I'm working on, and I started off writing with Fansided. You guys ever hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that. So when I first moved here, the Rams website needed somebody, so I did that and literally studied the Rams like it was nothing. Then once 2021 came and the Buccaneers needed a writer, I followed up with that, and then freelancing on my own, and then last year able to go to the draft in Vegas to cover that. That was awesome.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Would have went to the Super Bowl this year, but I'm actually going on a cruise with my wife in 2 days. So
priorities.
Priority, yeah. So if the Bucs were in it or if the Patriots are in it, you bet your ass.
I bet it would be different.
Like, look, honey,
priorities.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Yeah, so she booked it. She booked this, guys. She picked the Super Bowl cruise, not me. Love that one.
It's because it's Valentine's, right? That's why.
It's Valentine's weekend.
Yeah, yeah. A little Christmas, birthday, Valentine's Day, all combined into one.
That's good.
I feel like I just reminded you that it was Valentine's Day. Like, yeah.
Oh, she doesn't celebrate. I ask her all the time, Valentine's Day. She goes, whatever.
What is that?
Yeah,
it's a trap. It's a trap. It's a setup.
Yeah, she gives you the Hallmark holiday.
You know what? Actually, if I actually bought her something, she'd probably ask me why I did this. She'd be like, "Didn't we just go on a cruise?" So I'm just like, I'm still gonna buy her flowers. She's sleeping now, so she's not gonna hear that. Yeah, I'll still get her flowers and stuff like that, but she'll just be like, "You really didn't need to do this." I'm just like, "Yeah, but if I didn't, you probably
it's a trap."
Why didn't you give me flowers?
The doghouse.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. So since you're covering the Bucs, let me ask you a question. Do you think that now with Brady out, do you think the Bucs, now obviously it's just what you think here, do you think that the Bucs may go out and try to get somebody out of free agency, or do you think they're going to stick with like Ryan Trask?
Kyle Trask? Yeah.
Kyle Trask. I'm sorry, Kyle Trask. I apologize.
Yeah, it's all good. I think they should. And personally, if I were them, give the kid a shot. In training camp, I could tell you this. I love what I see from him. I loved him in Florida. I really did. I thought he was very good. I think you give him a shot. Guys, the Bucs are in cap space hell right now. They're second behind the Saints, and the Saints are never going to get out of cap space hell.
Yeah, they're messed up.
Yeah, and the Bucs are $55 million in the hole. Now they could get out of it. I think they could find a way to move some money. It's going to be a much different team. They're going to get rid of some players. They're going to have to try to rework some contracts. Jason Light, the GM, is really in for a long offseason to get under the cap, because you have to by free agency on March 15th. So after the Super Bowl, expect a lot of movement in the NFL. But
yeah, for sure.
I think the Bucs keep an eye out. Personally, I think Jimmy Garoppolo, you always got to keep an eye out for him. I think he makes a lot of sense for them. But if they don't go him, it's got to be Kyle Trask. Give the kid a shot. They still have Blaine Gabbert, so who they like. So we'll see with that. But I think Kyle Trask, you know what? I think he deserves to get some recognition.
I think so too.
Yeah, I feel like they don't have anything to lose because like with what was their record, like 9-8, something like that. They were able to make it to the playoffs. So I mean, I'm not saying that the kid is going to get you 9 wins, but he might do well enough to get them moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and this team now is going to be a lot different than what they were.
Right.
They put all their eggs in the Brady basket, and in 3 years he brought them to the playoffs all 3 times, and brought them a Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah.
So it worked. It worked out. It definitely worked out, but they need to now. Do I say rebuild? I mean, they still got a pretty good roster, but listen, guys, I do think that there are going to be players that are going to either get cut or traded. I think that that's for not only draft capital, but to help with their cap situation. So I think it's going to be a lot different. Now, do I see Mike Evans getting traded? No. Do I see Chris Godwin, who just got a massive contract, getting traded? Absolutely not. It's like 26, 27 years old. The older players, I think guys like Levante David's a free agent. I don't think they bring him back unless he comes back on a team-friendly deal, which he might do. Looking back on it, they signed Carlton Davis, who had an not a great year. So they got a few holes they're going to need to fill, but that cap situation for them that's the thing. When you do the win now, you don't get like the Rams, F them picks. So they that's another team that's going to look a lot different. So in terms of the Bucs, I think it's going to be a lot different. At this time next year, we're all going to be talking about. Remember when the Bucs were had the best offensive football? Yeah. I will say this: I think Leonard Fournette gets released.
Oh yeah, I didn't see him much of as an asset to the Bucs this year. He was almost non-existent. Yeah, I think honestly, I hate to say it this way because I could be wrong, and I hope I am. I think Leonard Fournette's days are behind him. Since Jacksonville. That's what I'm thinking. I think he's out. He's over that bridge now. That's my opinion here, but. You never know, and I'm also judging based on the fact that that position takes a lot of hits. So the running back position takes a lot of hits. So that's why I'm going off of that. But I think I wish him well, like I really do personally. But I think he's. I don't think he's. You might have him like how do you call it?
He's close to the 30-year barrier. Once you hit 30, it's kind of
it's downhill from there. Yeah.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm thinking. I agree with that. I think Fournette's gone.
I mean, you probably still get some production out of him in the right scheme.
I like the guy White. The guy White they have is really good. The young kid, I think he's going to be really, really good for them.
Also, I agree with the fact that I don't think they're going to release any receivers like either Evans or Godwin, just because, like, let's say if they go with a quarterback coming in, they need some weapons.
Right.
Whether it's Kyle Trask or whether it's Jimmy G or whoever it could be, you're gonna need somebody to help you. Davis Mills, y'all want Davis Mills?
I'll walk him over there.
Now, are you all Texans fans or is it just
we are?
Yeah, no, all of them.
We are. Yeah, we're all. Texans
fans. You guys are all Texans fans. So let me ask you guys this. So obviously, home run hire by D'Amico Ryans. By the way, love it. Was a very good player for you guys. Very good. I think your defenses, you're going to see a huge improvement.
Yeah. Same.
Now let me ask you this on the team. So you guys keep or you letting go of Cooks?
Let him go.
We should let him go.
I think he's gonna go. I think
we should have let him go like this season.
Are you guys sick of him? Like, are you sick of him? Like, do you feel like he's a diva in a way? I don't think I think he's a.
I think
he's a really good player, and like the thing is, like, it's a bad team. The team is bad, and he's actually a player who can you can get a lot of production out of him in a really good scheme and a really good offensive team. Any contender could use, So. Well, maybe not any contender, but like a lot of teams could use him and would want him. I feel like we should have gotten rid of him earlier in the season before the deadline, just to try to get as much as we could, because we already knew this season was a write-off, and we knew that it's not like next year we're going to get competitive and maybe Cooks can actually be part of it. Like we know we're rebuilding, we know we're starting from scratch, so might as well just get as many as much draft capital as we can, and and I'm sure he'll do all right in whichever team he goes to. But I don't have any kind of like ill feelings, towards him.
Yeah, there's no ill will against Brandon Cooks. Like we get that it's a business, and I don't think we are definitely in a rebuild stage, and I just don't think that Cooks wants to be part of a rebuild.
Right.
A rebuild. How do you call it? Franchise. I think he's trying to go to a contender now, especially
like a playoff team.
A playoff team. So I think that's what he's trying to do. I don't have any ill feelings against him. Just like I don't think the fans feel that way either. For majority of us, I'd like to say. I think there's
a small minority that do call him a diva and stuff like that. But
they're also the same ones that think Davis Mills is a franchise quarterback, so their opinions are relevant.
So I mean, it's a little
I mean, I love Brandon Cooks. Being a Patriots fan in 2017, he's got that blazing speed that nobody I feel talks about enough.
Oh yeah,
he could take the top off of defense. He's got great hands, runs good routes.
He can get open.
Give us all your picks, and you can have them right now.
No, he can get open, like you said. He can get open. He can get across. He's a good route runner, but I just think that he's not going to be able to. I don't think he's going to stay.
Where he's at in his career, like he's getting a little bit older. He wants to play on the good teams, play in the playoffs, and I think where we're at, probably want guys that are a little bit younger on cheaper deals and work towards that rebuild. And I think at this stage in his career, he's approaching 30s, ready to play in some contenders and play deep into January and February, and we're not going to do that for a while. So
I'll tell you this: a team that makes a lot of sense for him is Kansas City.
I would agree with that.
I could see it. Because
I think that's home needs somebody like that, and the fact he has no Tyreek Hill and he's in the Super Bowl and he's still putting up numbers is crazy.
I mean, Mahomes is him for sure.
I mean, yeah, he
could turn this 1,000-yard receivers.
I could be out there. He could still make it to a Super Bowl.
You could tear all of his limbs out, and he'd be the best torso out there. That's what happened.
I'll tell you this. Going back with the Texans, I mean, you guys have the second overall pick, if I'm not right. Is it second?
Correct.
Overall?
Yeah.
So you guys, there's Bryce Young in your hands right there. You don't need to trade up because the Bears are going to. To me, I think it's got to be Will Anderson probably.
I think so too. I agree with that. The more I thought about it, I was at first I panicked. I was like, why would you let whatever? But then the more you think about it, it's like they're not going to go for a quarterback. I'm pretty sure they're going to stick around with Justin Fields. I honestly don't think unless some team like the Colts or even the Raiders offer how do you call it? The Bears like an exquisite deal that is just like unmatched. I don't think the Bears, give that up, and they'll either go for Jalen for Carter or they'll go for Will Anderson. They need somebody on defense. They need an edge rusher, and I think they're going to fall for one of those two. I just don't know which one, but they need that. They need that. They haven't really had that since they had really Khalil Mack, and then that wasn't even much of a. For them, that scheme wasn't. I don't think that scheme was very beneficial for Mac, and that's why they get. That's why they. He's not there anymore. But I honestly do believe that the Bears are probably going to go for somebody. Now, let me ask you this though. Like, with that being said, now from an outsider's perspective, do you think that the Texans' best pick would be to draft like Bryce Young, or what do you think?
100%. I think Bryce Young. You know what? Great talent. You saw what he did at Alabama. Yeah. I think he could come in. I think D'Amico Ryan. I feel like he's the type of guy D'Amico Ryans love. Bring him in. Yeah. Build the offense around him. I think you got. I really, really. First off, guys, you guys got yourself a stud in Dameon Pierce. That guy is a stud. Yeah. Love the guy. Love it. I drafted him into my I'm more of a dynasty guy than redraft. Mm-hmm. So have him, and that guy is.
Oh, so you're set. You're set.
Oh yeah.
I'm football 24/7, brother.
Yeah.
I'm
You gotta be.
So with that, I think you guys on offense now. Let me ask you this. I want to ask you guys, Laramie Tunsil, you keep him, or if you guys get an offer for him, you get rid of him?
No, I think he stays. They need him. If you're going to get a rookie quarterback, like, don't get me wrong, Laramie Tunsil at his position, he's great. Yes, he does have a few false starts here and there, or a few penalties, but you're willing to take those. A lot of them. You're willing to take those as long as your quarterback's protected on that side. And Laramie Tunsil and Titus Howard are those that you're going to need it. And don't get me wrong, like I know that a lot of people talk about, let's say we go Bryce Young. A lot of people talk about Bryce Young's size. I mean, you're going to have to protect Bryce as much as possible. I think the Texans are good on those two sides. They just need to protect the interior line. They need to upgrade that interior line in order to help protect a rookie quarterback, if that's what you get. Right. You know what I mean? I think that should be the focus, and then after that, you start adding those pieces to help them out. Yeah. I think that's protecting your QB. I think is overall important. You know, it obviously, as cliche as that sounds, that you still need to protect your QB to make sure.
So what else do you guys? So what else do you guys think you need in the draft? Obviously, quarterback. Wide receiver, would you say?
That'll be the next. That'll be my next pick. Wide receiver.
We're hoping Quentin Johnson's there from TCU by the 12th pick. So
we got it.
If not, Jordan Addison's a pretty good consolation prize. Also,
can I sell you guys on another receiver?
Yeah, go for it.
Should look at Zay Flowers from Boston College. Go watch his tape, and you'll thank me later.
Zay Flowers from Boston College. Okay.
Yeah, Zay Flowers too. Zay Flowers. Yeah,
he's very, very fast. He's very quick. His route running, his footwork, it's just that I'm a type of guy. I love receivers now. Ever since Tyreek Hill came into the league, I love having him on a dynasty league. I freaking hate playing against him because of that speed and the quickness. Right. But Zay Flowers just gives me a vibe of just like he's got a great feel. Just when you watch his tape, you're like, oh, okay, I see what you mean. Okay. I love this guy. For me, the Patriots at 14, if they don't, because we need an offensive tackle, if we don't get like a Peter Skoronski or a Broderick Jones or who's the other tackle that was going in the first round? Why am I drawing a blank here? It's
I know you're talking about.
It's one of the other tackles. I want them to get Zay Flowers. I love this. I'm sold on Zay Flowers. That's the guy who I think, and especially since we're Boston College playing in Foxborough, that would be great. But if he's there at 12 and Quentin Johnston and Addison, and, I think after the combine, we'll get a better feel of where receivers can go. But I will tell you this. I think Zay Flowers is going to be a guy in a month from now. I guarantee you guys can, if you don't believe me and you don't see what I see, that's fine. But if you do, in a month from now, you watch his tape and you watch his combine, you'll be like, Bobby, you were absolutely right.
You think his market's going to go up higher or than where it is now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think he's with a good combine. I think once he runs the 40, I think he could run a 4. I'm gonna say like a 4.34. I think he could. And
okay,
he's fast. He's very, very fast. I'm a guy who likes these fast receivers now. Yeah. I think that's what the game is all about.
Yeah, kind of like what Rio was saying. I feel like a wide receiver with whatever rookie quarterback we end up getting in the end. I feel like the faster they start building that chemistry, and with D'Amico as their head coach, I feel like we can build something very dangerous and very entertaining for us fans. Because at this point, we're not looking to make the playoffs. We're not looking to compete, man. We just want to watch some good football on the field. After the year we just had,
we've earned 3 years.
Yeah, after the few years we just had, like we just want to see like progress, man, and that's what I'm hoping for.
So, being Houston fans, are you guys fans or hate Bill O'Brien?
I hate him.
Despise
with a passion.
It's on site.
That guy set us back 5 years, I think.
I will tell you this: he made the dumbest decision trading DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, the worst decision to modern day in NFL, like in modern day NFL, that came from there, and it wasn't just him. I'm sorry, it was just him, and like it was him and a combination of. I think you guys had him too, Jack Easterby, like all of it.
Your team chaplain.
Yeah, the team chaplain, whatever.
How?
I'm really excited for him to be the offensive coordinator because he's not making, personnel decisions.
Yeah.
He's a good player. Listen, he brought you guys to the playoffs. I thought he was a good play caller. Did you Did you guys agree? I thought he wasn't
play
that bad.
calling. Yes,
better than Bill O'Brien, because Bill O'Brien is a horrible play caller.
No. Well, Bill, that's what he's talking about. Bill O'Brien.
Oh no, I don't know, man. I feel like Bill O'Brien. Like there was some, and I couldn't pinpoint you any specific ones, but I remember watching.
Timing was an issue. He had time. Yeah, he had problems with.
Like he would be a consistent like a first half coach, but like you get into the third quarter, you get into the fourth quarter, I don't even know what we were doing out there half the time. Like honestly.
After a while, it was more like when the Watson, when we had Watson, I think a lot of it had to do with Watson.
Yeah, it's like let him cook. Let him cook. Let him
there
just
were
figure
times
it out.
where there were times when you could tell which like plays were like scripted by Bill, and then which ones were like Watson's free, like
just freestyle,
almost freestyle improv, whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like there were some plays that you can't just write down. Those are plays
and that's the thing. That's the thing about Watson. That's something that we'd really miss here in Houston, because Watson was a playmaker. He could read the defense and make something happen. If the line failed him, if the defense was covering everything, he could actually make something happen. Here in Houston, because obviously Mahomes was already like rising up the ranks. Here in Houston, we had so much confidence in Watson being that competition for Mahomes, call us biased or whatever, but like the guy actually has talent. And so it was such a shame when we lost him as well. Like it was like a nonstop, like, JJ leaves, Hopkins leaves, Watson leaves. And it's like that team that we had that took the Chiefs to the nail in the playoffs suddenly just disappears right in front of our eyes, and all we have to show for it, is just Bill O'Brien and Jack Easterby just like
decimating this team.
What's happening?
There you go. I thought of a play that Bill O'Brien made. That's a bonehead decision. Was that play against the Chiefs where a surprise punt? Justin Reed run through the middle, changes the momentum of that Chiefs Texans game.
The day my soul died.
It was that one, that particular play. Bill O'Brien wrote
that game took years of my life, man.
Yeah, and then the Texans just gave it up.
Yeah,
as a play caller, O'Brien had some moments that shined. I will say that. In the big picture, you can always say from an outside perspective,
if you polish a pile of crap, it can still shine. But it's still a pile of crap.
Nice, man. That's a good one.
It's still a pile of crap.
And so at that point, you can, from the overall picture, you can say that Bill took us more to the playoffs more times than any other coach in Texans history. But then again, we are a young franchise, right? He did, I'm gonna agree with Poppy on that one. You can shine a pile of crap and it's still a pile of crap at the end. It's just and this is probably us being biased about it, but it's just the fact that all the actions that were made setting back the organization.
Like I said, it's on site.
It's on site.
Setting the organization back because of those moves, and it's honestly not just on him, it's also on the ownership as well for allowing him to do that. They all have a big part of this. So I know that the Texans have been trying their hardest to try to, get back into being a competitive team, hence hiring D'Amico, a hometown guy. I think that was a great move.
We're in like one of the, if not the weakest division in football, and we're the worst team there. That's the thing. That's the sad part. Us and the Colts are the worst teams in the NFL, I would say. And the fact that we can even win our own division being as bad as it is, like as far as the whole Hopkins things go, like, yes, we let him go, and that was a stupid decision. But if the plan was to let him go, at least get something out of it.
Yeah.
That's why I say that he set us back years, because he was giving away our best players for nothing.
For half-eaten sandwiches and stale.
David Johnson. And then also, they were writing these ridiculous contracts. Don't get me, they signed Laramie Tunsil for a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. They were trying, and then they gave up a lot of draft picks too, as well. They obviously they didn't know what they were doing. They had Brian Gain. They had Brian Gain as a general manager after Rick Smith left, and then I think Brian Gain lasted a year or two. I can't remember how long. 1 year, yeah, 1 year. And there's rumors, again, these are rumors that him and Jack they didn't see eye to eye or whatever, and then Again, these are rumors.
It's probably true.
And then Jack, something happened, and then Brian Gaines just gets fired out of nowhere. Then you have Jack and Bill O'Brien that take control from this organization moving forward, and they start signing players for ridiculous contracts, trading, players for whatever it was.
It was just bad decisions after the other. It was just the whole thing,
and it just culminated into having that. That's into what we are now. And that's
but now, with the new hire, new head coach,
a glimmer of hope.
The Miko, and having the second overall pick, and we also get the number 12 pick as well. Like right now, we're in the cusp of taking this team into the right direction.
And we got runners next year, so it's
So let me ask you, because you guys had Nick Caserio with the Patriots. How did you like Nick Caserio as your GM? It was your GM, right, as well, or no?
Well, he was in Foxborough. They're not big on titles, so he got the title director of player personnel, basically.
Okay. Gotcha.
Basically, the general manager is Bill Belichick.
Yeah. And, I see. Okay.
And they're basically co-GMs, both of them. Basically, Caserio handled the contracts, extending, trades and everything like that, while Bill focused on everything else, but everything goes through Bill. Caserio, I'm a guy who thinks that Bill Belichick is cheap. He definitely is. He goes for bargain hunting. The only time they went spending is when they had all that money and they went out and got, Jonnu Smith hasn't panned out. Hunter Henry's been a home run. Judon's been a massive home run. I think that he should be extended sooner rather than later. Right. Aguilar for 2 years, $22 million. The guy's horrendous. But
oh man,
he has. The thing is, Kendrick Bourne, who's been great, but Nick Caserio was he didn't move the needle for me. I loved when Dave Ziegler took over. I felt like he was more aggressive. His drafting style was different, and then he gets the Raiders job. So right now, that's but with Caserio, I think, you know what? He's been linked to the Texans for a while now. Before he got that job. Do you guys like what he's done? What, in 2 years? Do you guys like it?
The picks that he had this past season, he had, I would say he had a solid pick with Derek Stingley and Jalen Petrie and obviously Dameon Pierce. I think those picks were fine for the rounds that we got him also. I think that was a smart one. So I feel like if this upcoming draft is similar to last year's draft, I think he's solid. But I need to see consistency. You know what I mean? Like we would like to see.
Yeah, because you can get lucky ones, right? But
yeah, it just depends on how.
It was basically signing a bunch of 1 year deals, so expatriate players. The draft was mediocre at best, and I wasn't convinced year one. Year two, starting to move the needle a little bit for me.
A little bit, yeah.
And then
I was happy with our draft picks last year.
Yeah.
You could there's some arguments here and there about Stingley with the injuries he's had or whatever, but Lovie Smith was also playing them in the wrong way.
Do you know who I like for you guys who you drafted? He struggled a little bit, but he was a rookie. Petrie, I think he's going to be very good.
I think Jalen Petrie. He can only get better. He can only get better.
Yeah.
He shined a lot, like towards the end. Like at the beginning, he started off pretty shaky, and then he got better as time went on. Like it looked like the game was slowing down for him a little bit towards the end, and he was just making play after play after. Like this guy plays aggressive.
Yeah. He's gonna be an all-pro.
He's
all-pro. I'm calling it now.
As bad as we were, I feel like defensively we were obviously a lot better than defensively. So, like I said, I feel like he's only gonna get better.
Yeah.
What's the pass rushing situation for you guys now? What is it?
Not so good.
Pass rush? What?
What is that?
I mean,
you're supposed to rush the passer.
Very huge. He's like 35. So we get
and then we got Christian Harris, who came from Alabama. Also,
he missed this year, but he should be good.
Yeah, he should be better. That's why another reason why I feel like we're gonna connect with Bryce, just because I think Rios has said it before. The Alabama connection that the Texans have now with D'Amico, Christian Harris, Was it Mechie? Yeah, John Mechie, who didn't play this year because of situation.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he beat it, and I think he's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back next year. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm excited about that.
So,
that's one of the reasons why
and you know what? He's going to light it up.
Yeah, especially if you have
Menchie.
Bryce. Yeah, especially if you get Bryce, that connection that they had in Alabama, and now if you draft another wide receiver, let's say Quentin Johnson or you mentioned, like if we get somebody, a speedy receiver, dude, that Texans offense is going to look incredible with Dameon Pierce.
Yeah,
like you got now you're starting to develop an offense. You know, like
we could do what Jacksonville has been doing for the past few years. You know, like you get your franchise quarterback, and then you slowly start getting the pieces. You know, building around them, and you know they made them to the playoffs this year, and they actually look good.
They gave the Chiefs a game. It was a game. Like
it was. Nobody expected that. Everybody thought it was going to be a blowout. To be fair, but if we can follow those steps, if we can do that, man, like it's looking good, man. But I don't want to be too positive about it because as a Houston sports fan, you
can always count on disappointment.
The Oilers was heartbreak. You guys weren't around for that. I was around for the Oilers.
Yes, you're 85. We know.
We get it. We get it, Rios.
You're an old man. Yes. No, that's what I'm saying. As a Houston fan, I know enough to not to be too optimistic about our teams.
You guys come out for that Bills and Oilers game. We were up by like 32 points, and we lost to a backup quarterback.
Yes, Rios, you were in college then. We get it.
I was on the team
back in 1945.
1945. Yes. No, man.
We know that you probably have to go soon, but I wanted to ask you about the Super Bowl coming up. So give me your thoughts. You know, like who you got? Chiefs, Eagles.
Well, it's so basically you could call this the Andy Reid Bowl, the Kelsey Bowl, the. I'm just going to tell you this: these two teams can't be evenly matched. It's crazy. I saw something today. They both have a 16-3 record overall, including playoffs. Both offenses have scored 546 points this year.
Jeez.
First overall. Yeah. How crazy is this? They're literally they're the same. It's exactly. And to me, this year the Eagles are just a juggernaut. They're just a machine. The offense is clicking. I love what they did in trading for A.J. Brown. Definitely elevated the game of Jalen Hurts. To me, I think an X factor is Devontae Smith. I love Devontae Smith. I think he needs to be talked about a lot more than he is. Really think he's a great player. I think Miles Sanders has really come on. He's playing for a contract too because he's a free agent. The Chiefs, the fact they don't have Tyreek Hill, the wide receiver room isn't as strong as it's been. But Patrick Mahomes just could throw to anybody. Pee Wee Herman could be out there on his little bicycle and literally catch a few dumb passes. So, and as long as you have Travis Kelce, everything's possible. But to me, I'm going to go 30. I'm going to go, 34-31 Eagles win this game.
That'd be a game. That'd be such a good game.
It's going to be a close one.
Yeah. I do think that Hassan Reddick is going to be a wrecking ball in this Super Bowl because he gets after it. He's been fantastic. Chris Jones is really starting to come on hot right now. But he's going up. The Eagles have the best offensive line in football.
Yeah, the Eagles are unmatched.
It's going to be very tough. But I will say this: the Eagles' defense is not going to see an offense like this. And Travis Kelce is, I think, he's going to attack the middle of the field. He's going to attack the linebackers, do a really good job. And also Isaiah Pacheco. That guy is fast as hell. He's really good. McKinnon out of the backfield has been absolutely outstanding. But for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, I just think has really shut everybody up.
Yeah,
and
he stepped up big time this year.
H-Town, baby.
And I do think that he's from there. Yep.
Houston,
I think that Nick Sirianni's a cocky son of a bitch, but he is very, very, very good at what he does. And he took a team that had talent. They weren't getting – after they won the Super Bowl in 2017, They got rid of the Carson Wentz problem. They bring in Jalen Hurts, and I think Sirianni elevated his game. And when you add Devontae Smith and when you bring in A.J. Brown, who I think is one of the best receivers in football, you see what happens. And they got a fantastic running game. So it's going to be a game, but I think that Andy Reid's first team is going to get this win. It's the Eagles, and I will tell you this: the Eagles aren't going anywhere. They're going to be good for a long time.
Yeah, they have.
That was my next question, because, like you said, last time they won, they kind of fizzled out right after. So I'm wondering if this is just a case where like everything just happened to click right now, or is this a team that's built for the future? Because you wonder about the Chiefs, right? Like Mahomes, most people would agree that he's probably the best quarterback in the league right now. But if it loses on Sunday, like he's gonna have to start proving it, right? Like,
you know what, man?
Because after Brady broke the league, it's just hard. It's just hard to be like, who's gonna be that next GOAT of a quarterback, you know?
Look, I think Patty Mahomes has done a lot. He has a ring already. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. If he loses this one, I mean, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, he won one, but he's been back there twice since and hasn't been able to get it done.
I just don't want it to be a case as like an Aaron Rodgers or like Drew Brees, where they won it really early in their careers and then they never won it again.
Never won it again.
Like, I don't think that's the case. I think Patty Mahomes will definitely win a few more. I think he's already solidified himself as one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game of football, even as young as he is. I don't think any performance in this game is going to take away from what he can do, because look at the numbers he puts up. He's consistent every year. It doesn't matter who he has out there.
Video game numbers.
Exactly. So he's already solidified that. I think winning a few Super Bowls is going to put him higher up, but win, lose, or draw, Patty Mahomes is still the best quarterback in football. And until anybody knocks him off, when Brady left, it was his crown to take, because I think he's better than Josh Allen.
Yes.
And I think speaking real quick, I think the Bills are starting to see
decline.
I feel like they're missing their window. I feel like they just missed their window.
Their window was last year.
Yeah.
They're so good, but I feel like they got exposed this year with a few of the offensive line was terrible. I think Josh Allen went back to his old ways. Remember when he got drafted, making terrible throws. It's just not
inconsistent.
And you want to know where that goes to? That's when Dayball left. Dayball was great for him. Look at what he did. Look at what Dayball did for Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
Danny Dimes.
And I'm not saying that Ken Dorsey's not good at his job, because he is, and he's gonna give it another year. Ken Dorsey will get a head coaching gig, but Brian Daboll was huge for the progression and the growth of Josh Allen for sure. Yeah. But to me, Patty Mahomes is the best quarterback in football, and even if he loses this game, he's still the best quarterback.
What about Jalen? Like, if he wins this Sunday? Like, is he in the conversation?
You put him up there?
It puts him top.
I think he's going to be a top quarterback. I think he's got a long way to go. He's still very, very young, and he's younger than Mahomes.
Yeah.
But he wins the Super Bowl. That, you know what?
That's a statement, right?
That is a statement, because this team is built to last, and I like what they did. They built this offense is centered around his skill set. So, he's a guy who could take off and run. They do the RPO. The Eagles have done RPO since Chip Kelly was the head coach back in the day. And it just works. It just clicks. And, adding a number – I feel, in my opinion, they have 2 number 1 receivers. So, it just works out. And also, how could we not forget about Dallas Goedert? They get rid of Ertz. They still have Dallas Goedert, who could still light it up. So, they're stacked all around. The defense is still very good, and they're a young team, so they're going to be good for a long time. But Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl. To me, I'm like, all right, that's a statement. All right, this kid's a champion. This kid's a winner. Because remember this, guys, he got benched in the national championship when Tua came out. When everything happened with that. But listen, Jalen Hurts, guy's a winner. And he went to Oklahoma, and what did he do? He played great. So, and I think he's in the right situation. I think he found the right coach to elevate his game and an offensive minded guy. And they built this offense around his skill set that makes him successful. So, yeah.
Too bad he's going to lose to Bryce Young in about 4 years.
Hey, Bobby, before we go, I got to tell you something. You posted a tweet, I think or you retweeted something, and I got to tell you, I was kind of offended by it, man. All right? I was kind of offended by it. So let me show you what it is, because I don't know, Bobby. I wasn't too big of a fan of this.
I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued.
So give me a second. Yeah. Bobby.
I'm going to expose you live on air.
Yeah. So, Bobby, you said,
get out of here. Get out of here.
In and out all day.
Out of all the tweets I tweet, and you're offended by this?
Yeah, that's it. This is the one. This is the one that broke the camel's the straw that broke the camel's back.
Wait a minute. Are you guys? Let me guess. You guys are all Whataburger guys?
Of course, Whataburger.
The question offends me. The question itself offends me.
Are you guys in Houston? Is that where you guys are from?
Yes.
Okay. I went to Dallas last year. I'm a huge wrestling fan too.
Yeah.
So they had WrestleMania there. So I go every year. So it was in Dallas, and I tried Whataburger, and it's good. But to me, guys, once In-N-Out, you got that double, man. And listen, I don't know if they have it in Houston. In Dallas, I found an In-N-Out.
Yeah, we have it here too.
We have it here.
So you guys would rather Whataburger than In-N-Out?
1,000%.
Do you know why your Whataburger wasn't that good over there in Dallas?
Because Dallas sucks.
Because you were in Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas sucks.
Listen, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. There's nothing to do in Dallas at all.
There isn't. You're right.
But don't they have like a little park outside the stadium? Like
it's in Arlington, sir.
It's in Arlington, sir, not Dallas.
Whatever.
Listen, it was, to me, you know what, going to Jerry's World was cool, was awesome to see. But there was just nothing to do. Oh my God, all day. I just I would have loved to next if it comes to Houston, I would love to go down there. That's a bucket list of mine. I don't know how I want to see Austin too. I've heard a lot of great things about Austin.
You would like it. Austin is very it's very different. It's almost like a. And I'm not saying this in a it's a mini California, and by mini California it really is. But the actual the sites and everything, it's very naturey. It's really nice.
Right.
So that's why I like Austin.
It's probably the prettier city out of the main big ones. Yeah.
I wouldn't live there, but I definitely
too expensive.
Yeah. And honestly, but the sites are great. The sites is
Dallas.
Great.
Dallas. You want to talk about expensive? Dallas was really
Dallas is expensive and ugly. So
yeah, that's the worst part.
You know what? I'm not a.
And their football team sucks.
That they do.
And so honestly, I'm just kidding. But no, so we have In-N-Out here in Houston, right? And it's not that good unless it's almost like
I've never had California In-N-Out, so it could be
that's
completely
the thing.
different. It could be completely different.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I've had In-N-Out twice in my life. I had it when I was in San Diego for the MLB winter meetings in 2019, and then I had it again in Vegas, and in Vegas it was amazing too.
Yeah.
But in California it was fresh. So I understand now why you guys say that.
Yeah.
Whataburger for me, it was. I also had it, guys. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's the best time to have it.
Best time.
I downed it. I'm a French fry connoisseur.
Yeah.
So for me, their fries were okay.
Yeah, they're not the best.
The fries are not like that,
to me,
but the meat makes up for it.
To me, the Five Guys fries are the best.
I could see that.
I can agree with that.
I could agree with you on
the
that.
best burger I've ever had was like a Whataburger down in Corpus. Like that was
but that's the original.
Yeah, that's like the best Whataburger I've ever had.
But I agree with you. When I went to California last summer, we had In-N-Out. I agree with you. The In-N-Out in California is great because it's very fresh.
They just killed the cow out back, right?
Like, yeah, they have the ranch up.
Freshly grilled.
And how could you go wrong with a double? It's like $4.25.
Right, and it's with the secrets. It's always it's good in California, but when they came here, it's worse than the Wendy's. Like that's that's how I saw it here. Like it's
damn.
Oh
yeah. And so, but it's but you get it because no, it's worse than Wendy's here.
How was the barbecue in Houston?
Amazing,
best in the country.
I will tell you this though: if you do go to Austin one day, there's a barbecue place. Like everybody goes to Black's Barbecue. Like that's the one where you have to wait outside
for hours.
That's the one that you have to go outside at like 6 in the morning almost, and then it opens like at 12. There's a line. It's great. But there's another one that I've gone to for like the last 10 years or whatever, and I took these guys for the first time. I think it was a year ago, or it was like last year, right?
Yeah, it was like last summer. I think
it was last summer. I took these guys. I took these guys last summer. It's called Salt Lick Barbecue, and let me show you something that's really cool about it.
Good. It's good.
It's really good.
All you can eat. Like I almost died, but I was happy.
Right.
And they're not paying. They're not paying us for it. But
I got off the plane. I got off the plane in Dallas. I got off the plane in Dallas. Got a rental car and got right. Me and my friend went to get some barbecue. I forgot the place we went to in Dallas, but it was fantastic. And then we had we tried Tex-Mex. We wanted to try some Tex-Mex. Oh, that was awesome.
You like Tex-Mex?
I do. It wasn't bad.
Dude, the food here in Houston is amazing. We have so much variety. So if you ever come down, man, like you got to try a bunch of places.
I'm definitely
authentic Mexican, authentic Indian, Pakistani food, Mediterranean food. It's like it's all authentic. Man, it's just chef's kiss. It's delicious.
Hey, listen, I am down to try new things. So. That brings a smile to my face, man. So
let me show you the Salt Lake Barbecue. Okay, this is on a magazine. Give me 1 second. This is the pit that they have in the restaurant. Y'all see that?
Oh God! The moment you get out your car, man, like
it smells like barbecue.
It hits you, man.
Yeah, it hits you like all this. Like they're doing it like right there, and it's amazing. Like they have a all you can eat, which is what we get. Because we're fat.
How much do they charge you? How much do they charge for all you can eat?
The last time we went, I think it was like $30 almost.
I believe so.
But it's all
for all you can eat barbecue.
All you can eat.
All you can eat.
Yeah, $30, and it's each.
That's a steal.
Like, dude, I was literally dying. Like the food was like here, and the lady kept coming back like, "Do you guys want more brisket?" And I just couldn't say no. And I just couldn't say no.
My friend, when we went to Dallas the night of the event, right before we went to right across from AT&T Stadium. They had this barbecue place, and the line was right down the street. We waited an hour on the line, and he literally goes, "It's on me," because we split it. Like I paid for Whataburger one night. I paid for lunch. He paid for breakfast. Paid for dinner, so on and so forth. And he goes, I got this. Like, oh, okay. He goes, I'm gonna have like I forgot what he ordered, a brisket. He spent like almost $200 on himself. I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
And he ate it all. And then we go to the stadium, and then he eats chicken tenders and fries. I'm like, how the hell did you eat all that shit?
Was this at Texas Live, like the bar that's right by the stadium?
It might have been.
Yeah, when we went to the Texans Cowboys game this year, that's where we got the brisket from. Remember, Rios?
It was right across, and it was a small place, and they literally run out of, like, they tell you inside, they'll have someone come out, and they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, we're out of brisket. We're out of this. Yeah. And literally, I just got the last brisket, too. I was like, waited online
I promise
for an hour.
I promise you, if you ever go to Austin, try that place, Salt Lick. And again, if you don't remember, you could always, hit us up and we'll let you know what it is. So it's good.
I come to Texas. I come to Texas. I'm hitting you fellas up.
Yes, you got it. If you come to Houston, let us know what's up, and we'll take you to some places where
we ain't going to Dallas. We ain't going to Dallas.
Yeah,
I'm not going to Dallas ever again unless I have to, and I get paid for it. So I'm not doing that.
No, for sure. You come to Houston, you hit us up, and we got you, bro. We'll show you some stuff around. All right.
Likewise in Florida too. Anytime you're in the
appreciate you.
Great. great city of Tampa here.
Yes, sir.
Hit me up. Definitely. Now, I'll tell you the food here in Tampa, like if you like seafood, I don't because I don't eat that.
Yeah.
Definitely take you to St. Pete Beach, one of the nicest beaches around here, and I take care of you fellas.
See, the farthest I've ever gone to Florida was Destin. You know, that's like the tourist destination. That's the farthest I've gone to Florida. But it's like 9 hours from here, straight drive I-10 East, right from Houston. It was good.
6 of those hours you're still in Texas.
Yeah, 6 of those hours you're still in Texas. That's the worst part. And so but that's as far as I've gone. Destin. I will tell you this: the big advantage that I loved about it. You guys have amazing beaches. Here we have nothing. We have mercury-colored water. And it's awful, but you guys have amazing beaches over there in Florida, and Destin, at least that I saw. Crystal clear water.
The one in Destin is amazing.
I thought I was looking at a Google picture, but I was there. You know what I mean? Like it was good stuff. But anyway, nonetheless, Bobby, you come to Houston, we'll take care of you, bud, or Texas or anything.
I appreciate
like
that.
Just let us know what's
Absolutely.
up. Yeah,
I definitely will. That's like anytime you come to Florida or around the area, I got you guys.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right. Well, that'll be our show.
If you want to follow him,
follow Bobby on Twitter, BTomps81. All right. Any other? Is there anything you want to promote, Bobby, or are you good? What do you want to do?
You know what? I just follow me on Twitter. That's basically where I am. I planted my flag down in Tampa. There we go. Yep, right down there. So yeah, shoot me a follow, and definitely going to shout you guys out, doing a fantastic job.
Appreciate you.
Before I go, I will tell you this. You guys will probably get mad at me. I can't stand that Houston Astros flag.
I knew that was coming.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I know it. Believe me. We appreciate the hate, though.
I'm a Yankees fan, so you guys really know how to get me.
He said New Jersey. I was like, I guess we're not talking baseball today.
You guys lose Verlander. I think you guys are still going to be fine.
Yeah, we'll back to back.
Well, hold on. Let me get. So you're a Patriots fan, but like the Yankees and not the Red Sox?
Yeah. No.
Okay, I'm just wondering. He's like, nah. I like how he said. He's like, nah.
I love Fenway Park, though. I will tell you that watching a game at Fenway there's nothing like it. But
that's one of my goals actually.
It's in my bucket list.
Yeah, it's in the bucket list to go.
If you if you guys ever get a chance to go watch baseball, there's 2 places you have to. Wrigley Field, beautiful. I love it. Definitely go in the summer, like May or June. Don't go in March and April. Trust me. I went in June where it was really hot. Loved it. And Fenway Park, because Fenway Park, it's just the history. There's nothing like it. Just the feel. And you got to sign Pesky's pole. Definitely, I have.
Of course.
I know they're probably not happy with what I signed on it, but it's just. But
and you know what's crazy? I saw Wrigley Field. I went to Chicago this summer, and we passed by Wrigley Field, and just like we didn't go in obviously, but we just passed by, and just passing by it, like you always see it, in things or whatever. But when you actually we passed by it, and I was like, it just felt like old school baseball, like the way the sign was out there, like with the with the lights. And then, oh man, yeah.
If you love sports. And I understand if you're not a fan of them, if you love sports, you definitely want to go see the old ballparks like Wrigley and Fenway, and then the old Yankee Stadium, which was, holy ground, but the new Yankee Stadium is awesome. I do think in terms of the Mets, Citi Field is better than Yankee Stadium. I think it's just a lot better. But for me, I tell everybody, I think Wrigley Field and Fenway Park are the 2 best places to watch. I've heard great things about Pittsburgh at PNC Park. Yep, I really want to. You know what? I actually do want to go to Houston and go. What do they call Houston?
Oh, Minute Maid Park. Minute Maid Park. But since they make the juices, sometimes we call it the juice box.
Fun fact about that place: the best team in the world plays there. So just so you know. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this as a Yankees fan. What do you think about that Aaron Judge contract? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
I think it was warranted. I think to keep him, and I think he earned it. I think he's taken over. I think last year he just showed what he could do. You know, he's the Yankees' best player, and he's now their captain, and he was their unofficial captain for a while. Now he's officially is. But, you know, I think he's the leader of the clubhouse. I think he does a fantastic job. And the thing with the Yankees that they don't have is pitching. And now I think adding they have Montas. Of course, they have Garrett Cole. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You can keep him.
So you're telling me you got when he left, did you guys know he was leaving? Like he was good?
Yes, it was apparent after that World Series game when he showed up wearing a no-name. I mean, I think his team, his agent's hat or whatever.
His own thing. Yeah,
immediately right after the World Series, I was like, oh yeah, he's
representative myself. I'm like, yeah, he's gone.
And I think adding Carlos Rendon, I think that's going to be huge.
Yeah,
but
that was a good.
Yankees still have a few holes to fill. Their left fielder position is horrible. Their bullpen, you know, adding Tommy Kahnle, but I want to see how they're going to do it this year. I'm excited to see the young guys like I don't know if you guys heard of them, Anthony Volpe and Peraza, I think are guys.
Yeah, I've heard, they're coming up. Yeah.
Yep. Now with the Astros, with your pitching staff, since you lost Verlander, did you know that was going to happen too?
Yeah, we kind of figured because we knew he was going to ask for a lot more money than we're willing to give. What is he, like 40, 47 now?
And you know, and who's your ace now? What's that guy's name? He was really good in the playoffs.
Framber Valdez.
Framber Valdez, yeah.
Oh, he's a stud. That guy's a stud.
Him and Christian Javier, man, they're incredible.
And they're in their early
I like that. Who was it? The outfielder? Is it Alvarez? Is his name?
Jordan.
Jordan. We got him from the Dodgers, very cheap.
Thank you,
he is very, very good.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't ask you guys this. Do you guys miss Correa?
No.
We thought about it at first at the beginning of this past season. We thought it was going to be
after the season Peña had. You'll be crazy to say that you miss Correa, but I do miss the kind of leader he was for the because it was really Altuve's and Correa's team, you know, and everything else was built around them. It seemed like it was a shame to see him go.
Oh yeah,
but with Peña, bro, like
I mean, yeah.
What else can you ask from a rookie?
Yeah, you know, it's. I talked to my friend who covers baseball, and he always says I'm like best team in baseball other than the Yankees. And he said you guys, until the Astros fizzle out, you can't count them out. So I think you guys are still going to be a force to be reckoned with. And listen, Yankees can't beat you guys. They just can't. They've proven they just can't. So this year, I'm going to say this. With everything they've done, they extend Judge. They add another pitcher because I think that was another issue too. If the Yankees still can't beat you guys, then we got a major problem.
Close it down. Close down. Move the franchise.
Yeah. From an outsider,
move it to Tampa. Follow Bobby.
So from an outsider's perspective, that was funny. Follow Bobby. From an outsider's perspective, do you think would you start talking, or would you consider the Astros being a dynasty, or would you consider those talks?
You know,
there's only one right answer, by the way.
Dynasty, I think it's in the conversation. I think you have to. I think, you know, they've been there. They've been consistent with everything they've put themselves through and the stupid stuff that they did. You know, but that doesn't take away. First off, what they did, it pisses me off, but you guys didn't need to do that. Right. You guys were good enough to begin with. But in terms of that, you guys are still there. You're still it's the consistency. It's year in and year out. You know you guys are going to win the division. You know you're going to get deep into the playoffs. You know that. So dynasty, and you guys win multiple championships. So yeah, it's in the conversation. Absolutely. I will say this. I never thought Correa was going to leave the Astros. I never
didn't either.
And then now, and what's this injury with? What is it? His ankle? What the hell? He had.
I have no idea what's going on, man.
It's like they don't really tell us. Like, I mean, they're not making it public, and I'm pretty sure a lot of it has to do with his agent, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just
it's a career ender, honestly.
Yeah.
Didn't the Twins get him back though?
They got him. The Twins got him again.
So it can't be that bad if they're willing to
But it's
Well,
so you think about it.
Who was it? Where did he go? It was the Mets. It was the Mets and
the Mets first.
It was the Giants at first,
the
and
Giants
then after the Giants, it was the Mets, and then after the Mets, it was. But the Mets were like the team that were adamant about it. Even the owner publicly came out and said, "This is the guy that we want." But then again, the Mets were like spending like crazy this year, and so then when that didn't go through because of the physical again, then they went back to the Twins for I can't remember how much less money it was, but
it was less than what the Astros offered him, when he
to begin with, and so it was almost like, well, now I got to settle for this amount,
and we cannot help but to feel bad because he is an Astros like legend for us.
He's an Astros player,
so the fact that he's ended up in the Twins, and the Twins is not a team that's going to compete anytime soon. It's kind of like I feel like it wasted talent, but it all comes down to the injury. Like nobody knows what it is.
And now you can't go back to like the Astros and try to get something because you got Jeremy Pena like lined up there in shortstop, who's so that's definitely the Astros are way out of the picture now.
Right.
It's almost like he's stuck with the Twins, and you understand it's like, okay, you were chasing the bag, but these are some of the back blow of it. Like
he bet on himself, which I feel like any other player in his situation would have.
Yeah,
anyone would. Absolutely, I understand, and he's still a great player. Still one of the best shortstops in the game.
He can help any contender, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Surprised the fact that when the Mets got him, I'm sitting there like, holy.
Yeah, me too.
That's right. And then they used the same doctor as the Giants did. So once I heard that, I'm like, why would you do that? They failed.
They're like, what? This guy again?
We just saw this guy a week ago. What is this?
There's no way he got fixed in a week, y'all.
But the Twins, used somebody else and he was cleared. So you know what? I still think the Giants struck out with Judge.
Correa,
everybody. They would.
And I think that's the thing that the Giants need. They need a star player. They need somebody.
Well, Judge is from San Francisco too. Right. So
that's why I thought if New York doesn't give him the back, he's definitely going to San Francisco.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Well, he came out and said that he told teams he doesn't want to tarnish his legacy over dollars. But I also do think that the Giants offered him a lot of money, and he gave the Giants. He's like, "All right, hey, listen, Hal, you don't match this, I'm out." And Hal's like, "All right, you know what? I'm gonna match it. Oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna make you the captain. Is that good for you? Yeah, okay."
But that's what you have to do. It's a business move. Yeah. It's a business decision. And you could always go back and say, "Oh no, my home is like the Yankees," But if they hadn't offered him that much, he would have been like, "I'm going back home to where I."
Well, I think what. It's a lot of money for his age. I think he's 30 or 31.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a 9-year,
9-year, 360. So, and how old was Cole when he got his deal? He got a 9-year, 324. So he's
like late 20s. I would say.
Late 20s still.
Late 20s, early 30s.
I don't know about you guys. I love me some Garrett Cole, man. That guy's never happy. You ever see this guy? He's never happy. Yeah. This guy is just.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like losing him was how do you call it? It was
hard. Like I was in the camp where I was like, pay that man. We had to pay that man.
Yeah.
And when
we also said the same thing with George Springer.
Yeah, dude. And look, like we're still like we finally gave Chaz the position as center field, but even then, like I would feel a lot better if we still had Springer. 100%.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's a great player. He really is.
Let's look at the Astros. We lose players and they just retool, and they're back in October year after year.
Right?
And I'll say it right now. This year is Kyle Tucker's year. This year is his year.
There's another guy who's very good.
Yeah.
And then signing Jose Abreu in first base.
I forgot about that. Wow. Oh my God.
Abreu. We got Jose Abreu.
We're stacked.
It's like it's stacked.
We're back to
who's
back.
Who's the leadoff hitter? It's not. Is it Altuve or you bat him second?
Most likely it's going to be Altuve.
Altuve, Pena, probably
Michael Brantley.
He's going to be DH. Yeah, he's going to be DH.
Oh, designated hitter. Okay, so
Jordan is going to be probably number 3.
Cleanup.
Bregman, and then Kyle Tucker.
And then Kyle Tucker. Dude, that lineup is nasty.
Man.
And then Jose Abreu.
Yeah. We'll see how he does.
We don't know. Like, it's literally like
I'm still unsure about Abreu, but I'm hopeful.
He was MVP 2 years ago. What do you mean?
Yeah, but that was 2 years ago, sir.
He didn't.
We have this. It's like a good problem to have, isn't that weird? Like, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, so nonetheless, I think it's gonna be really great baseball. I think I think it's almost becoming a rivalry, Astros Yankees now. You know, like this,
it has been.
It has been.
You gotta win
the
rivalry first.
Like it used to be, you know, Boston and Yankees, but right now, as of the last
past 5 years,
past 5 years, I think the Yankees have focused a lot on the Astros and vice versa. Like I think that's the rivalry right now.
Well, yeah, you have to, because that's the team that's going to be there in October.
Yeah, we are each other's team to beat, right?
Yeah,
and like during the regular season, that's the game that we look forward to.
Are we worried about Seattle at all?
They can only get better. I mean, they had our number for a lot of the season.
Julio Rodriguez. Love me some Julio Rodriguez.
He's awesome, man.
18 innings, y'all. 18 innings. We went 18 innings toe-to-toe with Seattle.
I ran out of beer. I had to go to the store.
Dude, I missed the whole 9 innings. And I still watch a full baseball game right after. Like I got home right as the 9 inning was ending, and like you said, like I went through a 6-pack, and I'm like, damn, this game's still going on, dude.
I'll be right back, guys.
You couldn't blink. It was like you literally couldn't blink because it was like the first team to blink is the one that's gone. Like that's how intense it was.
I'm a little worried, but like we just went through our lineup, dude. Like. We're still winning our division.
I think we're I think
back-to-back champions.
But you know what? I will say this. You know, you guys did win the World Series this year, so hats off to you guys on that.
Gracias.
Enjoy it. There's nothing like winning championship for you when your teams do that. It's awesome. So you know.
That's the only good thing we have in Houston right now.
We have a celebration.
The Rockets ain't giving us nothing.
Yeah. Texans and the Rockets. So you gotta enjoy the ride. I don't know if you've seen it. If you ever look at our channel, there's a video of myself and Poppy here celebrating the moment with our families.
Yeah, we were watching the game 6.
Meanwhile, I was.
It's like a minute long.
Yeah.
So
I got to look that up. Right,
it's a genuine reaction. In our channel, it's a genuine reaction. I think you'd like it. It's
like my dad's there. Like me and my dad going crazy, man. I was so.
Meanwhile, I'm downtown Houston among the chaos. It was crazy.
Yeah. I think we saw you on the news, right? You were like found like drunk on the ditch, on a ditch somewhere, shirtless.
Probably shirtless. I don't know about the ditch, but shirtless.
You look like Boomhauer on that episode of The King of the Hill when he goes down the Buffalo Bayou he wakes up, man. Oh, Daniel, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
All right, sorry, King of the Hill reference there, guys. All right, so anyway, Bobby, I appreciate you coming on. Like I said, anytime you come to Texas, let us know. We'll all hang out or whatnot, and we'll do the same if we ever up in Florida.
Absolutely, man. It was a pleasure coming on here, guys. Thank you so much.
You got to come back. You got to come back, man.
Hey, definitely during NFL free agency. Give me a shout. I got you.
Oh yeah,
let's go. Put his Twitter up really quick. There you go.
Yeah. Remember, follow him.
Twitter handle at BThompson81. Follow him up. Let him know what's up.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, y'all. Not a problem. All right, we're about to hit that outro. Thank you again, Bobby, for coming on. Don't leave just yet. We're just gonna hit the outro. See y'all later, y'all. Peace. Yep.